Never has her nose out of a book, never does a hand's turn in the house, and is treated like a sacred object by both her parents. It will do her good to do something normal for a change." "Oh dear," said Great-Uncle William. "Thank you for warning me. I shall take precautions then." "Do that," said Aunt Sempronia. "And you had better make sure there is plenty of food in the place. I've never known a girl who eats so much, and remains thin as a witch's besom with it. I've never understood it. I'll bring her here tomorrow before the elves come, then." She turned and left. "Thank you," Great-Uncle William said weakly to her stiff, rustling back. "Dear, dear," he added, as the front door slammed. "Ah, well, one has to be grateful to one's relatives, I suppose." Charmain, oddly enough, was quite grateful to Aunt Sempronia too. Not that she was in the least grateful for being volunteered to look after an old sick wizard whom she had never met. "She might have asked me," she said, rather often to her mother. "I think she knew you would say no, dear," Mrs. Baker suggested eventually. "I might have," Charmain said. "Or," she added with a secretive smile, "I might not have." "Dear, I'm not expecting you to enjoy it," Mrs. Baker said tremulously. "It's not at all nice. It's just that it would be so very kind." "You know I'm not kind," Charmain said, and she went away upstairs to her white frilly bedroom, where she sat at her nice desk, staring out of her window at the roofs, towers and chimneys of High Norland City, and then up at the Blue Mountains beyond. The truth was, this was the chance she had been longing for. She was tired of her respectable school and very tired of living at home, with her mother treating her as if Charmain were a tigress no one was sure was tame, and her father forbidding her to do things because they were not nice, or not safe, or not usual. This was a chance to leave home and do something, the one thing Charmain had always wanted to do. It was worth putting up with a wizard's house just for that. She wondered if she had the courage to write the letter that went with it. For a long time she had no courage at all. She sat and stared at the clouds piling along the peaks of the mountains, white and purple, making shapes like fat animals and thin swooping dragons. She stared until the clouds had wisped away into nothing but faint mist against a blue sky. Then she said, "Now or nothing." After that, she sighed, fetched her glasses up on the chain that hung round her neck, and got out her good pen and her best writing paper. She wrote, in her best writing, "Your Majesty, ever since I was a small child, and first heard of your great collection of books and manuscripts, I have longed to work in your library, although I know that you yourself, with the aid of your daughter, Her Royal Highness Princess Hilda, are personally engaged in the long and difficult task of sorting and listing the contents of the Royal Library. I nevertheless hope that you might appreciate my help. Since I am of age, I wish to apply for the post of librarian assistant in the Royal Library. I hope your Majesty will not find my application too presumptuous. Yours truly, Charmain Baker, 12 Corn Street, High Norland City." Charmain sat back and reread her letter. There was no way, she thought, that writing like this to the old king could be anything other than sheer cheek. But it seemed to her that the letter was quite a good one. The one thing in it that was dubious was the "I am of age." She knew that was supposed to mean that a person was 21, or at least 18. But she felt it was not exactly a lie. She had not said what age she was of, after all. And she hadn't either said that she was hugely learned or highly qualified.